Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your AEW, NXT, MLW Fusion results from this week of May 27th, 2020. Rey Fenix has been pulled from Saturday's AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view. It was previously reported that Fenix had been medically cleared to compete after getting banged up during Wednesday's AEW Dynamite episode. AEW announced late Friday night that Fenix has been pulled from the casino ladder match due to an injury. They noted that Fenix is not expected to miss any significant amount of in-ring time, but Fenix is being replaced by Joey Janela in the casino ladder match. Brian Cage, with Chaz at his side, made his debut at the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Cage was a mystery entrant for a casino ladder match and would end up winning the match to earn the future AEW World Championship match. And here's a video of the post-AEW Double or Nothing virtual media scrum with AEW TNT champion Cody, who won the tournament, AEW World Champion Jon Moxley, and AEW President Tony Khan. Wrestling Inc. was on hand, and you can check out Khan's comments on Fyter Fest and Brian Cage signing with AEW. Also, Cody talked about the TNT title. Moxley spoke about Cage being his next challenger. Earlier this week, it was reported that Matt Jackson had some kind of rib injury after hitting the crossbody from the stands at the TIAA field bank at the end of last Wednesday's Dynamite episode. Jackson's wife, Dana Massey, noted Matt indeed had a broken rib, although it didn't keep him from wrestling in the Stadium Stampede match at Double or Nothing. My husband is crazy, so thankful he's okay. Besides the broken rib, that match was fun, but also super stressful to watch last night. AEW announced the Inner Circle will hold a pep rally on this week, Wednesday's Dynamite episode. Here's the updated lineup. Britt Baker to announce return timetable from sustaining a knee injury. More details to be given about AEW World Champion Jon Moxley versus Brian Cage at Fyter Fest. Battle Royal to determine the first contender for the AEW TNT Championship. Mike Tyson to appear live in a circle pep rally. AEW announced its next pay-per-view, All Out, will take place September 5th. A location has not been announced yet. Well, will they be back in action with regular crowds and not talent at ringside? Being Elite episode 205 can be seen at this link. Robert Stone brand is now without a superstar. As seen in this video link, Chelsea Green fired Stone during a post-show video with Mackenzie Mitchell after this week's NXT episode went off the air. This week's show saw Green team with NXT Women's Champion Charlotte Flair as Flair's mystery partner to defeat Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley. Mitchell asked Green how sweet the win was, but Green passed the microphone to Stone to answer. Yeah, over here, Mackenzie, Stone said. Here's the deal. The reality is, did the Robert Stone brand come through, or did the Robert Stone brand come through? I mean, Charlotte Flair, Chelsea Green, one team. Who could pull that off? The Queen and the Princess teaming together. Only the Robert Stone brand could do such a thing. Am I right, Chelsea? Green said she's as hot as she's ever been coming out of this week's show. And that's why she's done with Stone. You're right, Green responded to Stone. Ever since signing with Robert Stone brand, it's worked. We've worked. After tonight, Chelsea Green is the hottest she's ever been. That's why you're fired. Green then walked off as Stone joked around with her about her comments. He quickly realized she wasn't just joking around and walked off after her, asking if she was just kidding. Green then confirmed the dismissal in a post-show tweet. She wrote, F-I-R-E-D, fired, as in goodbye, adios, sayonara, fire emoji. Stone responded to the same tweet and said, he's going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. Everything is to be okay. It is. It really is, he wrote. For those who missed it, and here's a video from this segment. Flair and Green versus Shirai and Ripley. along with a full post-show tweet from Green and Stone. On Monday, AEW President and CEO Tony Khan threw a Memorial Day beach party for employees and friends. You can see photos at this link from the party at the link. Mike Tyson and Henry Cejudo were among the names who attended the party. One of the more surprising names to attend the party was NXT champion Adam Cole, as he was revealed in the photo below of Tony Schiavone and Nyla Rose. Cole attended the party with his girlfriend Britt Baker, who he previously attended the AEW New Year's party with Britt and her co-workers. Cole has been under WWE contract since signing his deal in 2017 in August. If he hasn't re-signed yet, then that deal would be expiring this summer. And WWE was signing challenge to 3-year NXT deals at that time. No word yet on if Cole has re-signed a new deal since then. Baker, who has appeared on camera at NXT events in the past, recently appeared on AEW Unrestricted podcast, and Cole was not allowed to be at the All In show in 2018, but is now allowed to attend AEW shows. We're very lucky that Tony has no problem with me going to watch his live shows, Baker said. So I, as we all know, was in the crowd at TakeOver when he won the title for the first time. This is also annoying, but he originally was told he can't come to our shows. For All In, actually, he had a plane ticket booked, and then he told him, you can't go. So he still came to support. He just watched it on his phone in the hotel room, so he could be at the party afterwards. We both wanted to go. Recently, they've changed their mind, their tune, and he was able to come to our New Year's show. And it's great for him to, because this is his family, like the Young Bucks and Adam Cole go way back. They have been together long before Adam Cole and Britt Baker were together. On a recent episode of AEW Unrestricted, Aubrey and Tony Schiavone interviewed Darby Allin at this link to talk about All In's career in skateboarding and filmmaking. If you watched a couple of my videos in the past month, I mentioned him doing some filming, some movie work, and they also talked about All In's WWE tryout that he passed on, and he explains why he passed on it. Back then, they mentioned me and asked me if I was interested in coming down. All In stated, at the time, I was like, I'm not trying to sound like I'm too good for it, but I was already like, you either want me or you don't. I'm not going to try out for this because you already know what I could do based off the company I was wrestling for. They worked so close with WWE, and I was already wrestling all of their wrestlers like Chris Hero or Velveteen Dream. You already know what I can do. The people I see get tryouts, it's such a joke. It don't mean anything anymore. I'm not going to sit here and be this clown. Then I thought about it. I was like, forget about it. I don't even want to go there anymore. That's when I started talking to Cody and more. And I told them, like, look, I see the writing on the wall. I ain't going to play this game where I go there and be a cruiserweight. 205 Live person. I ain't playing that game because then my body of work, my art, and my promos never see the light of day. That's where I was like, I'm not playing these games with these people. There's thousands of people here, and you forget they even exist half the time. I'm not going to be locked in that performance center. So I was like, I'm not doing this. I made that very clear to Cody, and the rest is history. The three also discussed All In's affinity for high-risk stunts in both skateboarding and in wrestling. All In expresses his frustration over promoters in the indies telling him what to do and what kinds of stunts they wanted him to do. As a lot of times, I feel like I got pigeonholed to a degree. It's my own dang fault because I started wrestling in a year or so. And I moved out of Seattle, All In admitted. In about a year and a half, 2 years, I moved out of Seattle to start wrestling all over the indies. So I was kind of learning as I was going. I didn't even know how to put a match together. To be honest, I was just going out there, and I knew to separate myself, I have to do something some crazy stuff. So that's what I ended up doing. That's why I was so strict on myself with living in the car, because I was living in the car. I was training every day in the ring because I never wanted to be comfortable with being the crash test dummy. Obviously, I like doing crazy stuff given my history of skateboarding. The thing is, it's fun. But there's a difference from it being fun and wanting to do it to being that you have to do it. I never want to have to do anything. You go into the independence, and sometimes you get to the building. They'll tell you, oh, yeah, by the way, like we have this idea for you to jump off this balcony tonight. And I'm like, whoa. Like if I wanted to, that's one thing. But if you tell me to do it, I like, go F yourself. I'm not playing your games. Allin also expressed his frustration over risking his body in match only for that match to be seen by people right away. He says that is his relationship with the independent scene was a love-hate one. Then as much as I was getting beat up on the indies, and then you would like check your social media, like half of these matches that you do, they don't get released until another year or something. All that stated, I was like, that's the deal. Like, just release it for free on YouTube and get more eyes. You're not going to be a millionaire having your little indie show get $9 to $10 monthly subscription. No one gives a crap. So it's like, just release it for the wrestlers, like help them out so people can see their body working, see the light of day. I was sick of waiting for months to get released. I was getting pissed off because I felt like, what's the point of killing myself if it's going to be released next year? I don't see the point in that. It was love-hate relationship with a lot of independents. Again, go to the link if you want to see more. AEW Dark episode can be found on this link. And here's your results from Dynamite. Highlight shown for last week's AEW Double or Nothing. Last weekend's Double or Nothing. Backstage, Chris Jericho talks about stablemates about tonight's pep rally to get back fired up and on top. Jericho says they also have to find a way to sell their Stadium Stampede championship shirts, which they apparently have a full truckload of. Later on, you got SCU versus Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc. Winners get a shot at the tag team champions next week. Brian Cage make his Dynamite debut. Locker room. Hardy is the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Page. Page ends up leaving because he's got stuff to drink. Omega's heading out. 2, since he doesn't have a match, and wishes guys good luck. Nick and Matt ask if they could get a different version of him tonight. First, it's Team Extreme look. Then he goes way back to his old gimmick to somewhat match Matt and Nick's look. Matt Hardy and the Young Bucks versus Joey Janela and Private Party. Young Bucks get things going as they keep Janela grounded. Hardy tags in, hits a clothesline, tags Nick back in, drops to the floor. Nick leaps off his back for a strike on Janela. He's able to roll to his corner and then tag in Cassidy. Cutter over the top rope, over the top rope cutter on Jackson. Suicide dive on him. Then a Death Valley driver on the floor. He throws Nick back in the ring, covers, Matt breaks it up. Cassidy keeps the pressure on Nick. He's able to land some kicks on his opponent. Nick goes for a super kick out on the floor, but ends up hitting the Blade. Matt now attacking the Butcher and the Blade. Nick hits a code red on Cassidy in the ring, but can't get a cover. He ends up tagging out to Hardy, who hits a few clotheslines on Cassidy. Cassidy tries for a springboard bulldog, blocked. Hardy drops both Quinn and Cassidy. Hardy drops Janela and piles them all near each other. Hardy with a moonsault on all three guys, covers for a 2 count. Quinn and Cassidy both flip to the outside to take out Private Party. Quinn banged up his leg, talking with Cassidy about getting back in the ring. Cassidy is in the ring. Eats a super kick by Matt. More bang for your buck. Covers for the 1, 2, 3. Winners of the match, Young Bucks and Matt Hardy by pinfall. After the match, Hardy checks on Quinn and helps him to the back with Cassie, showing sportsmanship. The Butcher and the Blade then go after Matt and Nick, who are still in the ring. A truck pulls up to the ring, and it's FTR. The two get in the ring and go right over to the Young Bucks, like they're going to a strike, but instead, they turn tail and go after the Butcher and Blade. Spike pile jabber on Blade, FTR and Young Bucks stare at each other a moment, then leave the ring. If you're not familiar with FTR, formerly members Revival from WB. Brian Cage with Taz versus Lee Johnson. AEW World Champion John Moxley sits in commentary to watch the match. He and Cage will meet at Fighter Fest. Cage immediately attacks his opponent, launching him across the ring. Cage then hits a big release suplex on Johnson, while Taz laughs it up from the stage. And yes, Taz is now a manager. Cage nails a powerbomb, followed by a buckle bomb. Cage hits the drill call, covers, and we're done. Squash match, pinfall. After the match, Taz gets on the mic and talks to Moxley. Taz says he wants Moxley to bring all his grit and heart to Fighter Fest because Cage is going to rip his heart out. Beat him if you can, survive if he lets you. Brett Baker comes out and talks with Tony Schiavone. Baker is now in a wheelchair with Rebel. That's Penny Brooks, formerly of Impact Wrestling, who's pushing her. Baker wants to give another rule to being a role model. Rule number 3, don't hurt the role model. She says her injury was a conspiracy. Baker says last week's injury came from a 3-on-1 calculated attack. Baker says without her, there's no women's division. Baker then goes over why each person is a conspirator. That letter being an alien is such a crock of crap. She'd already broke her nose and uses a weapon, and Nyla Rose could have easily guided herself away from her fragile knee. And she's flown in the air multiple times. Becker then has a board brought out, trying all these included in what happened to her. She believes Aubrey Edwards is the brains behind it, and she has these all kinds of construction paper pictures, all pointing with a yarn pointing to Aubrey Edwards, saying every time she's injured, Aubrey was there. Baker says she'll be back at All Out on September 5th, which is like 3 months away. Backstage, Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle talked with Alex Marvez. He said the pep rally will be the best thing ever. As he gloats about it, Orange Cassidy strolls by in the background. Jericho says, did he just do that? Who does he think he is? Who does he think he is? Booker T? Tell me you just didn't say that. Gimmick. Jericho smiles and seems like he's got an idea. AEW World Champion Hikaru Shida versus Christy James. Non-title action. The two tie up. Go to the ropes. Shida backs away. James avoids Shida. Then taunts the champion with a little dance. Then she asks Shida for a dance herself. It's a 5-minute dance challenge. Rock and Carmella. What's the name? Carmella and Killings. Ron Killings. R-Truth. Shida goes to the dance and James kicks her knee out. Shida hits her with a bunch of strikes. James with a chop to the chest. Hits the ropes with a flip and lands an arm drag. James pulls Shida by her hair. Shida returns the favor. James grabs it again. Champ with more hair pulling and throws James in the corner. Shida with a running knee in the corner. Another knee strike. Crowd chants, holy Shida. Shida locks in a submission, working over James' back. The champ with a vertical suplex covers for a 2 count. James is up and blasts Shida to the mat. James heads to the top rope. Sunset flip, kick to the head, covers for a 2 count. James with a second rope moonsault, nobody home. Shida with a running knee to the back of the head, covers, 2 count. And then Falcon Arrow for the 3 count. Hikaru Shida by pinfall. During the break, we see Kenny Omega drinking milk and Paige drinking alcohol in her hotel room while they watch the show. AEW TNT champion Cody heads out to the ring with Arn Anderson. Joins him on the stage for a moment to talk with Tony Schiavone. Cody talks about Tom Brady being his favorite QB because he wasn't picked first. Just like he wasn't picked first by Tony Khan when he was putting together the best bell-to-bell wrestlers in AEW. In the crowd, we see Dustin Rhodes, Brandy Rhodes, QT Marshall, who was talking with the bunny. Or maybe Allie again. Cody talks about how he could outwork anyone and says he will be ready every week to defend the title, saying it will be an open challenge as long as he's champion. Cody talks about how we're still in the pandemic era of wrestling, says it's an obligation to give everyone his best when they give AEW 2 hours a week. He thanks everyone and heads off in this segment. Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford versus SCU. The winners of the match get a tag team title shot next week. Sabian and Kazarian get things going as Frankie hits a clothesline on his opponent. Sky tags in and goes to work. Drops Sabian, covers for a 2 count. Kazarian with a leg drop, with a leg lariat, covers for a 2 count. Havoc gets on the match, but doesn't have much luck as Sky handles him easily. Frankie tags in, works the arm until Havoc shoves him back in the ropes. Kazarian with a release German suplex, covers for a 2 count. Kazarian with a punch in the corner, eats a kick from Sabian. Havoc rolls him up for a 2 count, throws some punches and tags in Sabian. Sabian does a catapult into an eye poke. Havoc plants Kazarian, covers for a 2 count. Kazarian really getting worked over by both guys now. Frankie finally makes his way to Scorpio, drop kick on Havoc. Running in the corner, slingshot cutter into jacket sleeper. Havoc breaks up the pin and tags in. Sky with a chop, kicks in the face. Havoc hits a rising elbow and a Death Valley driver. Sabian up top, double foot stomp, pin attempt, 2 count. Frankie able to avoid Sabian and drops him. Assisted swinging DDT on Havoc, covers for a 2 count. Havoc eats a cutter, pin. Sabian tries to break it up and ends up giving Havoc a senton. Sky tags in. They look for the SU later. Ford with a distraction. Kazarian is sent out of the ring. Drop kick, Michinoku driver. Combo with Sky for the victory by pin. They will now get a shot at tag titles next week. Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc by pinfall. Earlier in the day, MJF talking about how great he is and being undefeated for over a year. He can't believe he hasn't received a title shot yet. Maybe someone in the AEW office doesn't like him very much. MJF says once he's heard about the Battle Royal, he wanted to make sure Cody has competition. MJF says he'll have Wardlow out there as his insurance policy. And when it's the two of them, Wardlow knows what to do. Wardlow says, but, and MJF yells, but nothing. Gets in his face. He then smiles and says, it was a rib. Then walks away. Battle Royal winner getting a shot at the AEW TNT Championship. Next week's show. MJF and Wardlow get an entrance as we go to break. A bunch of other wrestlers are in the ring as we come back. Billy Gunn's music hits and he heads from ringside to the ring. Orange Cassidy heads out as the bell rings for the match. He gets to the stage and he gets blindsided by Santana and Ortiz with the loaded sock. Match also features Loser, Sonny Kiss, Jurassic Express, Colt Cabana, and others. MJF just sits on the top turnbuckle with Wardlow standing in front of him. He doesn't get any action as of yet. Luchasaurus chokeslams Loser out of the ring with him crashing down on the apron. Wardlow launches Kiss out of the ring. MJF goes under the bottom rope and tosses away at Kiss. Cabana is swinging away on people, tries the flying apple on Gunn, and he gets dumped out to the floor. I don't think they even said it was an over-the-top battle royal or what. Dark Order spokesman walks over to Cabana and gives him a pamphlet. Cutler and Avalon tried to throw each other out of the ring, but they both get tied on the top rope and to the apron. They end up slapping each other's hands from grabbing the ropes and both crash to the floor. Wardlow deals with stunt. He ends up with Daniels and stunt eliminates Daniels. He goes off the top rope, but Wardlow catches him. He then tosses stunt down on Daniels. Down to MJF, Wardlow, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Billy Gunn. Wardlow and Luchasaurus swing at each other. MJF with a chop block on Luchasaurus. Gunn and Luchasaurus face off. They both drop Wardlow, then swing at each other. MJF and Wardlow end up sending both of them out of the ring. MJF tells Gunn to suck it. Cassidy has finally rolled his way into the ring. Cassidy with a light shove. MJF shoves hard. MJF puts the diamond ring on, goes to swing at Cassie, but he ducks, and MJF clocks Wardlow. He charges in, and Jungle Boy sends MJF out to the floor. He then sent a dazed Wardlow out to the floor. Both of them eliminated. Jungle Boy and Cassie go at it. Cassie is almost thrown out. Skins the cat, launches Jungle Boy into the ropes. Superman punch, then another one. Cassie tries to toss Jungle Boy. Nope. Gets clothesline. Jungle Boy with a hurricane and sends Cassie out to the floor. Winner of the match, Jungle Boy, earning the AEW TNT Championship match against Cody for next week. Next week, AEW TNT Champion Cody versus Jungle Boy. AEW World Tag Team Champions Hangman Page and Kenny Omega versus Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian and Chris Jericho in action. Cheerleaders and a drum line are out for the Inner Circle pep rally. What do they think this all is? High school? Vicky Guerrero heads out and grabs some pom-poms. She then introduces each member of the Inner Circle. Jericho on the microphone says it's been a rough time for the group and they will rise again. He says it's not just for them, but they're not for everyone in the crowd. They then throw a bunch of those Stadium Stampede Champion t-shirts. Some people throw them back. Sammy, who is using a crutch, takes the mic, says they didn't win the match, but they did. They participated. He then got them all trophies. Santana gives them out some gifts. Gives Hager some Timberland boots. Sammy gets Vicks Vapor Rub. Jericho gets Mark Anthony photo. Jericho bought Sammy a scooter. Since he's so banged up, it's one of the handicapped scooters for one leg. And Sammy's on crutches. Sammy does a trademark smile hug with Jericho. Ortiz got some headphones to help stop the ringing bell noise from Double or Nothing when Hardy rang a bell over Ortiz's head. Hager reads a poem to the group. Sammy then asks Jericho what he wants. Jericho says he wants Mike Tyson's head on a platter. Jericho says he hasn't forgotten what Tyson did to him back in 2010 on a Monday night. Jericho said Tyson turned on him that night, and ever since that day, he wants to get revenge. Sammy says he didn't quite do that, but he's got a cheese platter and some bubbly. He reveals it, and it's all gone. Tyson then heads out with a group of guys, including Peter Belfort, and gets in the ring. Jericho tells Tyson to shut his mouth when he's talking to him. Jericho says Tyson turned on him. Tyson yells, "You deserved it." Jericho then demands Tyson apologize to him. Tyson then rips his shirt off, all weird like, flexes a bunch. Tyson shoves him, and Jericho shoves him back. A big brawl breaks out, and all the locker room heads out to separate the two of them. Cody is out there and moves Tyson to the stage. Tyson tries to get back in the ring and is held back. And they close out the show, the two yelling at each other as the show comes to an end. Tonight's NXT episode opens up from the USA Network. We're live from a slight tape delay for an NXT arena on the campus of Full Sail University, Winter Park, Florida. Tom Fellows welcomes us. He's joined in by Mauro Ronaldo and Beth Phoenix, who aren't in the building tonight. They are developmental talents all over the crowd as fans tonight. Triple threat for the NXT Interim Cruiserweight title tournament. Drake Maverick versus Kushida versus Jake Atlas. We go to the ring and out first comes Drake Maverick in what could be his final WWE match. We get a video package showing what led to his match. To this match. Kushida was out next as we see the Cruiserweight title on display at ringside. Jake Atlas was out last. Winner of this Group A match will face Group B winner El Hijo del Fantasma in the tournament finals to crown new interim NXT Cruiserweight champion. Bell rings and they go at it. Kushida strikes first, but Drake fights him off and then chops Atlas. Atlas works Drake over while Kushida recovers. Jake launches Drake into Kushida. Atlas with a backbreaker on Drake for a quick one count. As Kushida breaks it up, Jake ends up sending Kushida to the floor to block Sakuraba lock to Drake. Atlas with a big moonsault to the floor on Kushida. Atlas fights back in and springboards to Drake with a blockbuster for a 2 count. Atlas with a 2 count on Kushida. Atlas chops Kushida, but Kushida comes back with a low drop kick. Kushida then nails Drake. Kushida goes from corner to corner on each opponent. Now he takes Drake to the top, but Atlas decks him. Kushida is on Atlas' shoulders, but he slides down. Kushida slides Atlas into a kick from Maverick. Kushida goes on with two counts on both competitors after a roll up to Atlas and a German to Drake. We got a commercial with Kushida in control. Back for the break. They're going at it still. Drake with a big kick to both in the corner. Drake with a missile drop kick to Kushida. Drake sends Atlas to the corner, but he ends up on the floor. Kushida rocks Drake and leaps out, taking Atlas down on the floor. Kushida keeps control on Drake, hitting a tornado DDT and a submission, but Drake turns it into a close 2 count. But Atlas breaks it up. Atlas with a huge knee to Drake's face. Kushida tangles with Atlas as Atlas hits an inverted suplex for a 2 count. The fans rally as Atlas charges but misses on Drake. Drake with a big bulldog out of the corner, but Kushida breaks the pin up. Kushida unloads with kicks to Drake. Kushida with a big wind-up punch to drop Drake. Atlas rocks Kushida. Atlas with a big German suplex on Kushida. Kushida rolls to the floor. Atlas slams Drake and goes to the top. More back and forth. After counter out of the corner, Atlas and Kushida trade big strikes on the floor now. Atlas drops Kushida. Atlas comes back into Drake, but Kushida nails Atlas while he's up top. Kushida climbs up. Drake hits them both, sending Atlas to the apron. Drake climbs up, but Kushida applies a Sakuraba lock up top. Atlas kicks Drake out of the hole, but to the floor. Atlas tangles with Kushida up top. Kushida with an arm breaker on the top. Atlas counters up top, but Kushida launches them from the top into an armbar on the mat. Drake comes over and turns their submission into a pin for the win. Controversy there. Drake Maverick still wins. Adds a 3 count, and it also looked like a tap out. After the bell, there's some confusion as Drake starts celebrating, but so does Kushida. The referee raises Drake's arm, confirming the win for him. We got to replace it. Kushida is informed that he didn't win. Drake goes to stand with the title on display at ringside as his music hits. Now, Hijo Fantasma comes out and shakes hands with Drake. Fantasma leaves and Drake stares at the title. Drake versus Fantasma will take place for the title at a later date. Tom Hype Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley versus NXT Women's Champion Charlotte at TakeOver in Your House event. Flair will find a partner to team against Shirai and Ripley later on. Back to commercial. We see WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle backstage giving Timothy Thatcher the rules for tonight's main event. Tom shows us replays from the triple threat and the confusion over the winner. Referee's decision is final, and Drake is the winner. Fantasma versus Maverick will take place next week. We go back to the ring. Out comes Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. As the developmental talents boo them, Gargano enters the ring and announces the first ever Johnny Gargano Invitational that says for the first time, an up-and-comer will get the chance to step in the ring with the greatest. He mocks some of the talents behind the plexiglass barrier. Gargano calls for a drum roll and asks Candice to hand him paper with tonight's lucky talent on it. Music hits and out comes enhancement talent, Adrian Alanis. Double A. Out comes Evolve talent, Adrian Alanis, to the ring. Johnny Gargano offers a handshake as the bell rings. Alanis accepts, and Gargano drops him with a cheap shot. The crowd boos as Gargano mounts Alanis and unloads with strikes. Alanis comes back and levels Gargano as he gets some pops. Gargano turns around with a super kick out of nowhere. Gargano keeps control and locks into Gargano lock for the easy win. After the bell, Candice LeRae joins Johnny in the ring as we go to replay. The boos continue as his music hits, and Gargano tosses Alanis out of the ring. NXT North American Champion Keith Lee and Mia Yim appear on the big screen. They're at the Gargano's house, sitting at their dinner table. Lee and Yim take shots at Gargano and LeRae, this time, like LeRae and Gargano did last week. There's a knock at the door, and it's Tegan Knox. Pizza delivery girl wearing a t-shirt for WWE Hall of Famer Eddie Guerrero. The comedy and the shots at LeRae and Gargano continue as they look on from the ring. Mackenzie Mitchell's backstage with Drake Maverick now. She asks him about the controversial ending to the triple threat match. Drake wanted to come in this fairly and says they can do a match or something to make up for what happened. Kushida walked up and shows respect to Drake, telling him to just go fight and win. Drake shows respect back and says he wants to give Kushida the first title shot when he wins. Drake shows excitement over the win as we go to commercial. Back from the break, NXT Tag Team Champions Marcel and Fabian Aichner of the Imperium are backstage with a promo. They talk about taking over the tag team division and issuing a warning. They address Oni and Lower Can and Danny Burch, calling them disgraces to their countries. Imperium now sets the rules in NXT. They welcome us to their area. Shotzi Blackheart versus Raquel Gonzalez. We go back to the ring. Out comes Shotzi in her mini tank as Alicia Taylor does ring introductions. Raquel Gonzalez is out next with Dakota Kai. The bell rings and allows Cope to go at it. Blackheart with a shot to anger Raquel. Gonzalez begins manhandling Blackheart and talking trash. Shotzi focuses on the arm of Raquel. Raquel powers her up from the mat, but Shotzi fights free. More back and forth, but counted between the two. Shotzi drops Raquel on her arm. Blackheart with a big knee, a rolling forearm, then more kicks. Blackheart sends Raquel face first in the ropes with an enzuigiri as Kai cheers Raquel on. Blackheart misses and gets stuck on the ropes. Gonzalez manhandles her to the mat and nails an elbow for a 2 count. Kai hops in Shotzi's tank and drives it back to the ramp. Taunting Blackheart, she tosses some of her things on the ground. Tegan Knox runs down from the back and shoves Kai to the ground. Shotzi looks to make a comeback as Knox cheers her from ringside. Gonzalez levels her again and keeps control as we go commercial. Back for the break, Raquel continues to dominate Shotzi. Raquel with a big running power slam for a 2 count. Raquel with a bear hug in the middle of the ring. The crowd rallies for Shotzi as she eventually fights free. Shotzi runs right into a big backbreaker for a 2 count. Shotzi starts to mount offense and counters now. Shotzi drops Raquel face first into the middle rope. Shotzi with a running senton to the back now. Kai puts Raquel out to the floor to help her regroup now. Shotzi leaps from the middle rope on the apron, flying back and talking down, both heels on the floor. Shotzi lands hard on her back. Knox helps Shotzi up as the referee also checks on her. Candice LeRae comes down and pulls Knox away from Shotzi. They have words while getting in each other's face. LeRae backs up the ramp while talking trash to Knox. The referee is distracted on the other side of the ring with LeRae and Knox. This allows Kai to provide an assist to Raquel for the double team to Shotzi. Raquel drives Shotzi into the mat with a big choke slam for the pin and the win. After the match, Kai stands tall in the ring with Gonzalez as the music hits. Knox enters the ring to check on Shotzi as we go replays. Kai and Gonzalez stand tall on the stage, looking back at the ring and taunting Shotzi and Knox. Tom hypes Finn Balor versus Damian Priest for TakeOver. We go to a video package for the match. Joe Come segment. Flair and a partner versus Shirai and Ripley. Back commercial. Back for the break. We get a quick promo on Charlotte Flair. She will defend against Rhea Ripley and you will try at TakeOver in your house. Triple threat. When we go back to the ring, out first comes Rhea Ripley for her team. Io Shirai was out next to team with Ripley. Mauro speaks out against cyberbullying and remembers Japanese wrestler Hana Kimura, who passed away at the age of 22 last week after committing suicide. NXT Women's Champion Charlotte Flair is out first for her team. Flair hits the ring with the title around her waist and poses as her opponents stare her down. Music hits, out comes Flair's mystery partner, Chelsea Green of the Robert Stone brand. Stone accompanies Green down the ramp and praises her to the camera. Stone joins Green in the ring, continues to helping her up, hyping her up as the others look on as the crowd boos. Ripley starts off for her team. Flair looks to begin for her team, but she goes to the apron, and Green gets ready to lock up with Ripley. Ripley goes at her first, but Ripley wants Flair. Green is ready to go at it. Green dodges a shot. Ripley has words with Flair. Green goes behind Ripley and nails her in the back. Ripley takes control and slams Green on her face with a face buster. Ripley goes to knock Flair off the apron with a big boot. Flair jumps down. Green grabs Ripley by her hair as the referee warns her. Ripley drops Green with a headbutt. Shirai tags in, walks Green with a forearm. Shirai mounts offense and unloads on Green. Shirai sends Green into the corner and charges in with an elbow. Shirai drops Green in the corner and unloads with boots. Shirai drives her knees into Green in the corner as the referee counts. Green blocks a kick on the rope, sending Shirai to the floor. Green runs the ropes and hits the suicide dive. Green brings Shirai back in, and an NXT chant breaks out from the crowd. The wrestlers. Flair tries to put boots to Shirai, but the referee warns her. Flair tags in, unloads on Shirai in the corner with kicks. Green tags in with a quick double team. Flair is also still taunting Ripley. Shirai sends Green to the floor and runs the ropes, leaping out with a plancha. Shirai is fired up on the outside now as the NXT chant continues. Shirai unloads and gets the barrier with the kicks to Green. Flair walks over where Shirai is working on Green. Ripley jumps off the apron and lets Flair know she's there. Shirai goes to whip Green into the barrier, but Green counters and launches Shirai into it. We go to commercial with Green in control. Green tags in and taunts Ripley. Shirai takes advantage with a big crossbody to Green. Ripley gets a hot tag, running wild with a clothesline to Green, and a shot to knock Flair off the apron. Ripley clothesline Green again. Ripley with knee strikes and a big drop kick to Green. Ripley with an electric chair face push to Green. Ripley covers, but Flair breaks a pin. Ripley and Green tangle. Again, Flair tags in Ripley. Flair tags in as Ripley rolls Green in. Flair with a big boot to the face. Flair goes for the figure four, but Shirai flies in and breaks it up. Shirai takes Flair with a hurricanrana. Shirai with a flying double knees in the corner. Shirai with a pin attempt, but Flair kicks out. Shirai goes for a double underhook on Flair, but Flair backdrops her. Shirai lands on her feet. Shirai rolls Flair up and stops on her chest with both boots. Shirai goes for a 619 on Flair and nails it for another pop. Shirai springboards in, but Green pushes Flair out of the way to safety, taking the missile drop kick for her. More back and forth with Flair and Shirai. Ripley swings at Flair from the apron, but Flair moves as Shirai charges, causing Shirai to knock Ripley off the apron to the floor. Flair rolls Shirai up for the pin to win, using her feet on the ropes for leverage. Winners, Chelsea Green and Charlotte. After the bell, Stone immediately helps Green up off the floor. As Flair's music hits, Flair, Green, and Stone stand at the bottom of the ramp together. As Flair raises her title, we go to replays. Shirai and Ripley recover on the outside, staring at Flair. Morrow Heights, Shirai versus Ripley versus Flair for the title at TakeOver. Mackenzie is backstage with Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae now. They take offense to her question about Mia Yim and Keith Lee, insisting that they are only power couple in NXT. Gargano says he will take the NXT North American title from Lee at TakeOver. Candice says she will see Yim next week. Candice also says Tegan Knox should be ashamed of herself. They walk off. Kurt Angle shown backstage talking to Matt Riddle ahead of tonight's main event. Still to come, Adam Cole negotiates with William Regal. Back commercial. Back from a break. Tom leads us to the live negotiation between NXT champion Adam Cole and NXT general manager William Regal. Over the Velveteen Dream, it appears that they are both calling in from home. Cole brags about being the longest reigning NXT champion and says, unfortunately, tonight's celebration had to be put on hold because of Dream. Regal doesn't have time for crying and asks Cole what he wants to negotiate. Cole mocks Regal and says the Undisputed Era deserves a fair shot at the NXT Tag Team titles because last time was a fair. Regarding Dream, he wants to make sure Dream never steps foot in this business or his ring ever again. Regal asks, what about Regal's wants? He says Dream will probably get another title shot at TakeOver in your house event. Cole asks why all the charity for Dream, who he calls an extreme narcissist. He goes on about Dream's attitude and calls it disgusting. Regal agrees that Dream is hungry for attention and has an ego, but says so does Cole. Cole says it's insulting to become paired to Dream. Cole goes on about being the cornerstone of NXT and says Undisputed Era has made Regal look very good over the years. Regal asks Cole if he even knows how negotiations work. He warns Regal to keep acting like a baby, and Cole mocks him. Cole says after he beats Dream at TakeOver, he wants Regal to say Dream will no longer get a shot at the NXT title as long as Cole is champion. Regal says he will agree to that. He continues the match for TakeOver. He confirms the match for TakeOver. Regal says we will find a location suitable for Dream, Cole, and the title. So it sounds like this will be another cinematic style match that takes place outside the normal setting. Cole ends the video call stream before Regal does. Tommaso Ciampa versus Leon Ruff. We go back to ring and enhancement talent. Leon Ruff from Evolve waits. Tommaso Ciampa's out next. Scarlett comes out to watch the match from ringside. No sign of carrying a cross, formerly known as Killer Cross. Bell rings. The Ruff attacks Ciampa as briefly distracted by Scarlett. Ruff tries to mount offense and get some in, but Ciampa levels him. Ciampa stares out at Scarlett now as she stares back from ringside. Ciampa unloads on Ruff in the corner, sending him a message to Scarlett. Ciampa goes on and is all smiles as he blows a kiss to Scarlett before hitting fairy tale ending on Ruff in the middle ring. We're in a match with Tommaso Ciampa. After the match, Ciampa stands tall as the music hits. We go to replays. Ciampa continues staring Scarlett down. She finally turns around and walks back up the ramp, but stares back at Ciampa. Cross appears on the big screen now. Cross gives a bravo to Ciampa for the win. He adjusted Ciampa's comments from last week about being special. It says, special will also come at TakeOver. Cross says, on June the 7th, he will make Ciampa feel something unlike he's ever felt in his life. Kick shot, Cross disappears, but Scarlett is still staring at Ciampa from the ramp, heads to the back. Back from the commercial break, and announced to confirm following matches for next week. Drake Maverick versus El Hijo del Fantasma for the interim cruiserweight title. Plus Mia Yim versus Candice LeRae. Also, TakeOver in Your House Prime Target preview for next week. Previewing the NXT title match and the NXT women's title match. Cage fight, Matt Riddle versus Timothy Thatcher. We go to the NXT fight pit, steel cage structure for tonight's main event. Hall of Famer Kurt Angle is out first as a special guest referee. We cut to a video package showing what led to this match. Out next comes Timothy Thatcher. He stops on the ramp as the referee, Jake Wirtz, checks him over for an object. Thatcher enters the pit, paces around on the top level, which has a barrier around it. Angle is down on the bottom part with a standard cage wall around it. Matt Riddle was out next. Riddle also gets checked for foreign objects by Jake. They both start on the bottom level. As Riddle flies in and takes Thatcher down to get things going, Riddle mounts Thatcher and unloads for a pop. Riddle goes for an early submission, but Thatcher reverses it. Thatcher blocks a kick and goes for a standing submission. Riddle goes behind and takes control. Riddle with a German suplex for a pop. Riddle with a flying knee to the head as Tom goes over the rules of the fight. Kind of late in the match to go for the rules. Riddle with a Roton to keep Thatcher down. Thatcher with a big open hand strike. Riddle with another Showtime kick using the cage ball. Angle administers the 10 count to Thatcher now. Thatcher gets up and he's spitting blood out. Angle checks on Thatcher. Thatcher is also spitting teeth out. A doctor checks on Thatcher through the cage ball. The doctor asks Thatcher if he can fight, and he says yes. Doctor then tells Angle that the bloody Thatcher is good to go. They wipe Thatcher off as we go back to commercial. Back for the break, Thatcher lands some strikes to Riddle. Riddle turns it around and works on Thatcher while grounding him against the cage. Riddle rolls out of a submission attempt. They get up and trade more strikes. Thatcher goes for a Fujiwara armbar, but it's blocked. Thatcher blocks a counter and launches Riddle with a big suplex. Thatcher with a heel hook now, taking Riddle down into a single leg crab. Riddle turns that into another submission, grounding Riddle by his back. Thatcher drives a big knee into Riddle's ribs, then kicks him. Thatcher stomps away on Riddle, now as Angle warns him. Thatcher waits for Riddle to get up. Thatcher strikes with body shots. Thatcher with a big butterfly suplex, keeping Riddle grounded. Thatcher with a crossface on the mat, but it's countered. Riddle tries for a submission and locks in the arm out. Thatcher breaks out of it and bends Riddle's foot back. Thatcher drags Riddle into the middle of the ring and keeps focus on Riddle's leg and foot. Boy, back and forth. Thatcher goes back to the top level and Riddle follows. Thatcher works Riddle over with strikes. Riddle fights back and they slug away on the platform above the ring. Riddle unloads with kicks and punches. Thatcher catches the kick and takes Riddle down into an ankle lock. Still on the platform that goes around the ring above. Riddle is hanging off the platform now, still stuck in the ankle lock. Angle checks on him From the bottom level, the crowd rallies for Riddle. Riddle pulls himself back up. Thatcher up to Thatcher and rocks him. Riddle goes for Broton on the platform, but Thatcher moves and Riddle lands hard. Thatcher with a big suplex on the top level. Thatcher looks to hit a butterfly suplex from the top level, all the way down, all the way to the bottom, but Riddle resists. Riddle with his ripcord knee, sending Thatcher all the way down to the bottom level. Riddle nails a huge floating bro from the top level to Thatcher that down on the mat. Thatcher clutches his ribs. Angle counts, and Riddle gets up first as this is the awesome champ breaks out from the crowd of rushers around the ring. Riddle unloads with big body kicks against the cage wall. Riddle rocks Thatcher in the face. Riddle charges, but Thatcher moves, and Riddle hits the Steel's face first. Thatcher locks in the RNC, but Riddle fights back. Thatcher locks it again, getting on Riddle's back. Riddle rams Thatcher's back into a Steel a few times, then slams it back to the mat. Thatcher locks into the rear naked choke again. Angle checks on Riddle as he fades. Riddle passes out in the RNC, and as Angle calls the match. Winner by tap. Kimberly says Thatcher won the match. After the match, music hits and Thatcher stands tall. Thatcher has his arm raised by Angle as we go to replays. Thatcher is on the top of the pit now, pacing on the platform and yelling out as Riddle recovers on the lower level. Thatcher will still some blood in his mouth, raises his hands and arms, and yells out as NXT goes off the air. And latest NXT injury report from Matt Count, featuring updates on NXT Superstars from this week's episode. Following injuries were announced coming out of this week's NXT episode from USA Network. Part of the storyline was part. Kimmy Thatcher suffered multiple dental fractures from the rebound kick from Matt Riddle during the cage fight main event, which Thatcher won. Camp said Thatcher will follow up with an oral surgeon. Still a lot of speculation on if Thatcher really suffered any injuries to his teeth or not, as he suffered similar injuries in the past. Jake Atlas suffered a left rib injury during the Group A triple threat that saw Drake Maverick defeat he and Kushida to earn the tournament finals spot against El Hijo del Fantasma to crown the interim NXT Cruiserweight Champion next week. Camp said Atlas symptoms will be monitored. Shotzi Blackheart complained of neck pain after her singles loss to Raquel Gonzalez, which had interference from Dakota Kai, Tegan Nox, and Candice LeRae. Camp said Blackheart will be set for further testing. Week 33 of Wednesday Night War saw AEW top NXT in viewership and ratings once again. Wednesday's post-Double or Nothing edition of Dynamite drew 827,000 viewers on TNT, while NXT drew 731,000 on USA Network, according to Showbuzz Daily. This is the 11th best AEW viewership of 2020 and the 5th best NXT viewership of the year. AEW ranked number 4 in cable top 150, while NXT ranked number 24. AEW tied for number 62 in viewership with Investigation Discovery's See No Evil show at 8 p.m., while NXT ranked number 66 in viewership. Last week's Dynamite Go Home episode drew 701,000 viewers and ranked number 7 in cable top 150. Number 65 in viewership, last week's NXT episode drew only 592,000 viewers and ranked number 53 in cable top 150. Number 70th in viewership. AEW drew .32 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic, while NXT drew only .19. The same demo this week. Last week's AEW show drew .26 rating, while the NXT episode drew .13 in that demographic. And that closes out my video for results for AEW and NXT. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on the video.